Islam, I self-Lord and Master, or I sincerely love Allah's mathematics, or I seek, live Allah's mathematics. That's your fifth corner pimp. Pimp mean put nigga minds proper, you dig? Also known as Sultan Shaheed Akbar al-El and Noble Moorish God, you heard me? Shooting this little video today because people tripping off the universal flag I done drove on, you know what I'm saying? But let me explain something to y'all. 1991 is when I got my 120 degrees of lessons from a brother, a Jamaican brother who was from Pittsburgh. 1991, okay? He gave me the book of life. And I mastered 120 like within a week time, all the lessons. So the brother said he ain't never had nobody to do that, you know, because see, I'm a fast learner, you know what I'm saying? Plus I motherfucking critique everything that I deal with, you know, that I learned, you know what I'm saying? I don't just take nothing on face value, I test it, you know what I'm saying? So that's my foundation, Nation of Gods and Earths, or the 5% Nation of Islam, you know? So all respect due to the Father, you know what I'm saying? Father Allah. So let's get that clear, all right? Now, it's some people that, you know, limit themselves, you know? A fool would despise knowledge. A wise man gonna study everything, you know what I'm saying? So, when I mastered 120 in 91, you know what I'm saying, I was in the military at that time. I got out the military in 90, I think that was the summer of 92. I got out, okay? So I went back home, I had my book of life, I'm studying 120, you know? So I started kicking it with the Fruit Islam, you know? Started going checking out my Nation Islam brothers, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't feel them because, you know, I'm a ex-fucking soldier, combat veteran, you know? I wasn't on that fake paramilitary shit that they do without no guns. I don't see how you gonna defeat your enemy and you a military and you doing martial arts and shit and you ain't got no guns, man. Get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I stayed strapped. You know, you run my record, that's all you'll see is concealed weapon charges and pistol charges and gun charges and all type of other shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different story. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? When I studied, you know, Nation Islam, Fruit, you know, I went to my Orthodox Sunni Muslim brothers and I studied the Quran from their Islam perspective. You know, I learned the Salat. You know, I used to go to Masjid, I fast in Ramadan, you know what I'm saying? Then I went further, you know. I learned what I had to learn with the Sunni brothers. But then, you know, that spook God of man not being God didn't sit well with me, you know. So I packed up, left home, you know, went to school in Oklahoma. Where I sit back, taking a little break right here. Where I sit back and I started studying more science, you know. Now, before I knew anything about Noble Drew Ali, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, as his people call him, I already was considered a Moor. Because the oak tree, which is my grandmother, you know, that's the terminology for oak tree, was sitting down giving me the family history. You know what I'm saying? And I was studying this stuff about these Moors, all right? About the whole Kemetic thing. And I realized, you know, what my family tree consists of, you know. So I said, okay. So 2000, you know what I'm saying, I went and I was in a certain state. I had a daughter at that time, you know what I'm saying, you know, and I had some legal problems. I always wanted to study law. So a brother came to me, said, man, you already whipping them in courts doing law, but you need to get your nationality part of it down, you know. So the brother introduced me to Noble Dry Leaf, teaching the Noble Dry Leaf teachers of CNB, you know. So I studied CNB, I studied law, you know, and I started whipping them in the coach, you know what I'm saying, using nationality, you know. And I liked the knowledge, and I sucked the knowledge up, you know what I'm saying, and I got my L, you know. So already was Shahid Allah, you know what I'm saying, I became Noble Shahid Akbar Allah L, you know what I'm saying, and the rest of that is history. I made the newspaper, I changed court cases, you know, with my legal work, you know. Made 4 states change their laws on how they deal with our children. I done that, you know. So I studied the Moorish science and I studied all this stuff, you know what I'm saying. But it comes back to this. Everybody doctrine, everybody teachings, from what I've seen, is not 100% to take on face value, you know what I'm saying. We gods and earths, goddesses, divine beings, we have our own mind, our own way of thinking, our own way to express ourselves, you know what I'm saying. Like I said once before, a wise man will study all things, a fool would only limit himself, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, study all school of thoughts, you know what I'm saying. Don't never study one thing and just be stuck on that one thing, you know what I'm saying. Study it all, you know. I studied everything about Islam that I could study, you know what I'm saying. I studied everything about psychology, pure European psychology, C.J. Jung, Sigmund Freud. I studied all that stuff, you know what I'm saying. I still study, you know, because a master is nothing but an advanced student, and we all students in this game of life, you know. But when I express myself how I see fit, because I am Allah. On leg, leg on head, you know what I'm saying, like the Father said. And that's my foundation. That's what got me into studying knowledge, you know what I'm saying. And I'm all that, you know. I'm a God, you know. I'm down with the nation, you know what I'm saying, the gods and earths. You know, I'm a Moor. I'm down with the Moorish movement, you know what I'm saying. And I'm cool with my Orthodox Muslim brothers too, you know what I'm saying. I'll kick it with y'all too. So, you know, so that's my foundation, you know what I'm saying. You know, just giving you a brief on who your Sultan is, you know what I'm saying. You know. But anyway, you know what I'm saying, I had to get this redone because it didn't hook my stuff up right, but I'll get that fixed soon. But anyway, I want to say Islam, I self-Lord and Master, or I sincerely love Allah's mathematics, or like I say, I seek, live Allah's mathematics. Peace.